Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Ashish Kumar, CEO for Jindal Africa. Feel privileged to be present here to present my company in front of this August gathering. General disclaimer, but important disclaimer. Before we start about what we are doing in Africa, it's very important to keep you posted about the Jindal group. We are India-based group, and in India, our group is fourth largest group and asset-based. As the name says, Jindal Steel and Power. We are mainly in steel and power business, and our group turnover is for last year is 17 billion US, and our market cap is 27 billion, and we have a good operating margins that we are having a $3.2 billion operating profits. Yes, our base starts from India, but now if you ask, today we are not only India, we are truly multinational company. We have presence in 14 countries across the globe, and we are doing mining, we are having steel plants, and now we are planning to have power plants in different parts of the world. Since our biggest operation as of now is in India, so I want to start with what we are doing in India, then we'll cover what we are doing in Africa. In India, like I mentioned that we are in steel and power business, power and steel our core strengths. In India, we are producing around 2,500 megawatts of power, out of which this slide shows 1,000 megawatt power plant, which is the IPP power plant, running from last 6 years at a 98% PLF. We are not only in power, we are in a transmission lines also, because power needs to be transmitted. So we have built up 400 kV line in India, 254 kilometers. So that's why we were transmitting this 1,000 megawatt from this line. Yeah, in steel we are producing 17 million ton of steel in India, and steel we are producing by different routes. This one of the slides shows the blast furnace. We are in blast furnace. We have a steel melting shops. We have plate mills. We are in the all range of steel products we are producing, starting whether it is a long products, whether it's a flat product, whether it is a cold steel. So any sort of steel products. We produce world's longest rail, 121 meter long rail. So we have full basket of steel products. Any steel and power business, the backbone is the mining. So in India, we have a fully backward integration of mines. We have coal mines, we have iron ore mines. We are producing around 20 million ton of coal, and whatever this iron ore is required, we are producing iron ore from their mines. That is the biggest strength for Jindal Group, that we have a full integration so that we have a reliable supplies of raw material to all our steel and power plants, and a consistent and quality supplies. This is very important to mention here that our founder, Mr. O.P. Jindal, was first generation industrialist. So when he became industrialist, he has a vision that why not to create so many Mr. O.P. Jindals. So he started with that. Let's give opportunity to youngsters to become an entrepreneur. With that intention, Jindal Group has encouraged many young entrepreneurs to start their business. We provide them financing, we provide them infrastructure. In cases if they don't want customer, we take their final product also. With this intention, the whole Jindal Group was working on it, and now presently I will proudly share that we have 200 young entrepreneurs being developed in India with this concept, and this number is increasing. Wherever we're putting steel plants or power plants, we encourage people to build up youngsters to have a future entrepreneurs. Another big point for Jindal Group is that wherever we put up a steel plant, power plants, we first take care of, because townships, so that we take care of the employees and their families, so that they can live in a clean and green cities, and they should focus on the work. Of course, these are the few things what I told about India. Now, yes, we are today standing in Cape Town, in mining Indaba. It's important to share what Jindal is doing in Africa. This is in the nutshell what we are doing in Africa. We have a presence, we have an office in Johannesburg, in Bryanston, from where we control whole Africa operations. Myself sits there with my other team members. Presently, we are present in 7 countries in Africa, starting from South Africa, Mozambique, Botswana, Tanzania, Zambia, Madagascar, Namibia. We have already committed more than $1 billion in these projects, and presently we have a employee strength of more than 2,000 people. It's important to mention here because we came in Africa in 2008. To be correct, will be October 2008. That was the first employee we hired in Africa in 2008. In the short span of 4 years, we are now 2 mines operating. One is in South Africa, one is in Mozambique. 2 mines are under operations, and we hired roughly 2,000 people, and most of them are local. Whether it's in Mozambique, the Mozambican locals are working with us. In South Africa, so we work with the government plans that we have to hire more and more local people. As I explained, these are our portfolio, exploration portfolio, starting from coal, iron ore, copper, limestone. Mainly, if you see, it's in the synergy with our core strengths of steel and power business. Any mineral which is being used in steel and power business, we are in that field. We try to bring, in next few slides, we try to bring the plant operations in Africa to the August gathering, so that how our plants are running. Some photographs on those. And this is our South Africa operation, where we are producing anthracite coal. It's the underground mine. We are producing roughly 1.5 million ton of coal, and is a high-grade coal, and about 800 people are working under this mine. And being the high-quality coal, we are one of the biggest supplier to the local industry, to ferroalloy industry, and yes, we export to other parts of the world also, including India. Mozambique is the second biggest project which Jindal is doing in Africa, and the moment I am speaking here, our wash plant is under commissioning. So hopefully in next 7 days, first coal will be exported from Mozambique. And we started this greenfield project in 2009. First borehole has been done in 2009 in a short period of 3 years, with the help of all my colleagues from Mozambique and other parts of Africa, plus the local communities. We are able to develop this project. So presently we are starting with a 3 million ton mine. We have a huge resource there, over 1 billion ton. But since everybody understands that still the logistic is a issue in Mozambique, which government is putting efforts, other private players are also putting efforts to resolve it. So till that time, we have make a strategy that let's start with 3 million ton mine, and then develop with the infrastructure, we can increase it to 10 million. The ultimate aim is to take it to 10 million ton mine. Botswana recently, last year, September 2012, we acquired a company called Canadian listed company CIC. And the idea to acquire that company was because we understand that Botswana has huge thermal coal reserves, and in the CIC we have about 2.6 billion ton of proved reserves with us for the coal. But the issue with the Botswana is that it's a landlocked country, and it's difficult to move the coal out of the country. But since our strength is to build up power stations, so we understand, and the strategy for Botswana is that we'll build up a power station there, first take care of the requirement of power of Botswana, plus there is going to be a huge demand and supply gap in the power requirements of the SADC region, including South Africa, Namibia. So idea is we'll make a Botswana as a power hub. Instead of taking coal out from there, we'll put transmission lines, because we have that experience also, and supply the power to the SADC region. Since other countries, our operations are on exploration side, I am not talking much of that, because there are very greenfield projects and we are developing them, and we have the teams there. So few slides on our mines where we are already starting operations. This is one of the mine in South Africa, that's Keepersol, named Keepersol Quarry. It's in Peter Teeth, and where we are producing a 1.5 million ton of coal. This is the aerial view of our mines. That mine is 14 kilometers away from the main road, so we build a complete tarred road which is used by us as well as the other communities. It's a common public road. This is our wash plant there. The strength of our Keepersol mine is that we have a private railway siding, and from there we are loading the RBCT trains also. This is the coal which is being produced, anthracite coal. These are the some slides on some photographs on our Mozambique operation, which is in Chirodzi. Mining, as I already told, the mining has already started in August 2012, but it's waiting for the wash plant. Wash plant hopefully will commission in next 7 days, so then we can start the export of the coal by end of this month. Yeah, the business is important, but for Jindal group, we always consider that the community, social services, all are the integral part of the business. So it's a Jindal philosophy, whether it's India, whether it's other 14 countries, that wherever we go, we try to work with the communities. We ensure that they should not be loser working. If the Jindal is going there, they should not be loser. They should in fact be gainer. So with that incentive, initiatives in mind, we have started some exercises on CSR side in the wherever we are working in Africa also. One of the things we found that there is a gap between the skills available and skills required. So since we run the engineering colleges, we run the institutes, management colleges in India. So what we had, we work with the government of South Africa and Mozambique, taking the youngsters from here to India to our engineering colleges and management colleges, give them a training for 3 to 4 years free of cost, so that they, once they will train, they can come back to the countries and that they will become a future leaders for the whatever the skills being missing in the countries. So we have taken the initiative in that. Already from South Africa and Mozambique, this work has been started. So our area where we are focusing is the education, health, and like I explained that we started our visionary Mr. O.P. Jindal has started the industrial park in India. We were trying to bring those things to Africa also. Of course, it started with a lower scale now. We are trying to make the people self-sufficient. We have started certain farming projects in our mining area. We have started giving them brick making machines so that they can produce bricks, and we are buying those bricks from them. And especially in Mozambique, there are issues of getting water in the interiors, in the villages. We are working very closely with the communities to building up the boreholes for the water so that they can at least have a clean and safe water to drink. These are some of the initiatives in India. As I explained, we own schools there, we own engineering colleges, we own hospitals there, and it is for not only for Jindal employees, it is for the benefit of all the communities, other people, even from the thousands of kilometers people came to those hospitals and engineering colleges for take the benefits. We have a plans for Africa. We are very positive. Our management is very, very aggressive on Africa. If you see from last 4 years, we have spent already $1 billion in Africa. But our near focus projects in next 3 years is we are developing some iron ore projects in South Africa as well as in Namibia. And power, as I explained earlier, power is a huge gap in future in the southern part of the Africa. That's why we feel that power is a future opportunity where we are very aggressively working in Botswana and Mozambique both. And in Mozambique, there is an infrastructure issue because of our mine. We have a huge potential of coal, but the infrastructure is an issue. So we are thinking it as an opportunity. That's why we are working with the government to develop the ports and rail lines. And since we produce the world's longest rail, we hope that we bring that rail to Mozambique, subject to government approval, so that that's another big area where we are focusing as a group to develop a infrastructure in Mozambique. Thank you for your patience hearing. Thanks. Any question?